Okay. I literally hit stop recording and then just hit record. So I've done nothing to like improve my energy. The cards are still here. I'm just going to clear these away. If you've clicked through to this extended reading, I'm not like angry with you. I'm not upset with you. I'm very familiar with this dynamic, with this relationship. I was in this relationship for a year of my life, and it's frustrating for me because I know there are lots of people who needed to hear what I said in that general reading, and most of them didn't watch it because it wasn't what they wanted to hear. And so if you are watching this extended reading, meaning you made it through that general reading and you were like, you know what, tell me more, show me more, then thank you. Thank you for being willing to be open. Thank you for being willing to explore this. It's interesting for me because this is the first time I've been doing these general and extended readings. And, in this one, we'll see what comes out. We'll see what comes out in terms of what we're going to look at. I know that there are fewer of you who are listening, and so I'm being cautious about what I want to say, right? Because I don't know if I had, 500 people watch that other video, and there are 5 of you who are going to watch this one, then, I really don't know. Are you the 5 people who maybe this has potential? Are you the 5 people who, I have no clue what's going to come out here. So I'm a little bit on edge. I'm a little bit nervous. Okay. So I'm going to just move that out of my way. So in this, we're going to have a position 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. I'm going to use this other deck. I'm going to move these down. Okay. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay. I will also say these extended readings, guys, the vibe of these is much more like what a personal reading with me is like. You might have noticed I'm not as, YouTube energetic as in general readings. And that's because there are fewer of you around. You can think about it as like, you have a party and there are 30 people, and then end of the night there are 3. The vibe's a little bit different. So I'll admit when I'm so nervous to turn these cards over. But let's see. We're going to start by looking at the initial pull that you felt for them and they felt for you. It's almost a continuation of like that perception energy that we left off of in the general reading. But what was the initial pull that you felt towards this person? Okay. So Emperor reversed, 9 of Pentacles upright. This for sure 100% a continuation of that general reading. And it's so funny to me because I think at least one of you who's going to watch this is also a tarot reader, and you already know what this means. I'm going to start with this 9 of Pentacles. Okay? So the 9 of Pentacles is a good card, right? It's a good card. It represents being in a place where we have all the things that we really need. We have the job, we have the house, we have the stuff, right? We have everything that we need. We have a life of luxury, abundance. This is the initial pull towards them, though, right? So you perceive them as having pretty much everything they could possibly want. Emperor reversed. Like, keep in mind, we had that Empress come out earlier, right? Like, they viewed you as the Empress upright. Well, you saw them as the Emperor reversed. And what does that mean? You saw them as the dark bad boy, bad girl complement to you. A match, but a match that had some stuff they needed to deal with. And the only thing missing in their life was that one person who could love them in the right way to make them be the emperor upright. A match. But guess what? They're not. They're emperor reversed. And you knew that. You saw it from the beginning. And see, this is what's so interesting about these readings, because I said at the beginning of that general reading, like, you knew. That's what pulled you in. You thought that you could love them enough, love them in the right way. You were the person who was going to change them, heal them, fix them. We can't do that, guys. We can't heal and change other people in the way that we think we can. We don't heal and change other people by loving them in a specific way. We change and heal other people by changing and healing ourselves, so that the way our energy is vibrating, the level at which our energy is vibrating, no longer pulls in people who also have things that they don't want to see about themselves. When we are in a place of not wanting to do our own healing work, we pull people in who are also not wanting to do their healing work. As soon as we start to do our healing, we pull in people who are starting to do their healing. As soon as we get to a point where we've healed a lot of things, we really have an awareness of ourselves, we know lots of things about our dark side, we've embraced our light, we've ascended our energy upwards, guess what we're attracting? Other people who are like that. Now, me, for example, right? I've made the choice to try to help people navigate that journey. So, in terms of like my personal connections, they're high vibration. But I'm also trying to pull people in who aren't there yet, who need someone to be honest with them, who need someone to try to point things out to them. You knew 100% how this person was, but you thought you were the person who was going to come in and help them to see things differently. And I've been there. I've been in that exact situation. It was like, well, just no one loved them the right way. I have so much to offer and so much love to give. But the thing is, it's like this person will take and take and take and take and take and take and take as long as you're willing to give. Because for them, their attitude about it is like, well, if you didn't want me to take it, you wouldn't be offering. But they're like a bottomless pit in terms of like the amount that they can take, the amount of attention that they need. Okay? What was their initial pull towards you? We have the Knight of Cups reversed with the Death card reversed. Guys, this is... Ugh. Okay, I'm going to start with Death. When Death is reversed, what does that mean? It's about refusing to let something go, refusing to give up hope, holding on to something that's utterly meant to come to a close. Okay? This is their initial pull towards you. They realized you are the type of person who is very loyal, the type of person who won't give in, the type of person who will fight for something. Even when you're offered this Knight of Cups reverse energy, which is just game playing, empty promises, huge mood swings, being treated poorly. They knew, and I said this in the general reading, and this is just coming through almost as like confirmation, because I think the people who need to hear, the people who click through on this, who are listening to this particular video, you either needed more confirmation, or you were just hoping that this would go differently. Like I don't know, but this is very similar energy. From their perspective, they were like, this person is... Here's the thing that I want to say. They saw you and they were like, this person's amazing. This person will not give up on people if they care about them. This person will prioritize other people in front of themselves. This person will take so much in terms of being mistreated, unappreciated, and not give up. That's amazing. That's exactly the type of person I want. Because guess what I have to offer? All of that stuff. And for you, you saw that and you were like, they just haven't been loved by me yet. I'm going to blow some people's minds right here, okay? Because in these extended readings, I'm not holding back. I believe that if you're going to join up, as if you appreciate me enough as a reader, and you've watched enough, or something resonated inside of you, and you were like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to pay the $8 to sign up to be a member here. Then you're going to get me unfiltered, okay? Here's how I'm going to blow your mind. Both of these approaches are narcissistic. I only care about myself, what I want, what I need. I'm going to take, right, like the traditional type of like narcissism that we talk about a lot, that we label as being bad. I'm the special person. I'm the one person on this planet who's going to show this person the love and attention, appreciation that they haven't gotten. And I'm the person who's going to magically heal them and cure them of all their trauma. That's also narcissism. Take a minute to process that, okay? Well, let's take a look. What are your expectations around this connection? God, ugh. So Wheel of Fortune again. Oh my God. Was it not the Seven of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune earlier too? I think the Wheel of Fortune was upright. Like these cards might have been flipped a little bit, but I think those are the same cards that came out earlier. I think this was around like your fears. I've moved the cards and I'm not like, I haven't watched that general reading, but I know these cards came out. But let's talk about this because I do think the cards are a different position because, Seven of Cups, upright. Okay. This is a place of knowing that we have options, knowing that there are decisions and choices that we need to make. There's a certain energy here with this card that feels like, what we're picking up on in that general reading, like an inability to commit one way or the other, right? You can't leave, you can't stay. You can't leave, you can't stay. You can't, right? Like that going back and forth, the pro and con list, not being able to like pull the trigger on something. Wheel of Fortune reversed here. Now, this is very interesting because this is really about feeling like things are out of control. You don't have control over a situation. Feeling like you're stuck and repeating things. Being in a space where we're not quite able to control ourselves to take a step back and realize that we're in a cycle, right? Like we're aware of it. We're aware that we're in a cycle. We're aware that, oh my gosh, it's like Groundhog's Day. Like one day it's super lovey-dovey, the next day it's angry and cold, and then it cycles back through and lovey-dovey, and then they're like distant and cold. And, like we're aware of it, but we aren't able to take a step out and realize like we are the ones who are keeping that cycle going because we're not breaking out of it. We're not committing to leaving it. So this being in a place of like your expectations around this relationship, it feels like to me, this isn't going to work. This isn't going to change. This isn't, it's like, it feels like for the people who are clicked through to this, you're waking up to it. You're waking up to it. You're becoming aware of yourself. You're gaining insight into, why you're in this, what it is that this is supposed to teach you, what it is you're supposed to learn from this. But your expectations around this connection, this is not good in terms of like the outcome. I mean, it's good for you, but in terms of like your expectation, you're not thinking this is going to work. You're not thinking that this is something that is meant to be. The reason I'm saying it's so interesting these cards came out, again, because this is my first round of doing these where I'm doing extended readings for people. And so like I said, if 5,000 of you watched that other one, 5 of you click through on this, then you're the 5 people that are different. That other one, it was the Seven of Cups reversed and the Wheel of Fortune upright. I'm like 100% sure about that. And that was that energy of like, I see you for who you are, but I have this feeling like there has to be something more to it. What if? Congratulations on waking up. Congratulations on seeing this as it is. That's good. It's healthy. So from that point of view, yeah, it's good. But like, your expectation doesn't feel as like naive. I'll put it that way. What's their expectation around this? 8 of Pentacles upright, 6 of Swords upright. This is so interesting. Okay, both of these cards are good cards, guys. Right? On their own. 8 of Pentacles. This is about learning, growing, mastering something. It's the apprentice card, right? So you can see this person is they're working and they're creating and they're trying to get really good at it. 6 of Swords on its own. This is about moving on, allowing things to change. Things are transitioning in a way that's necessary, that you're embracing, you're moving forward towards something else. It can represent things about new love. Okay? What does that mean about their expectation here? Their expectation is, I'm gonna do as much as I can in terms of putting in the effort, putting in the work, until I move on, to the next thing. The energy of this person is really aligned to, they know where their tipping point is, where they start to feel like, I either have to change and show up differently in order to keep this person, or I need to move on to the next person who I can have this type of dynamic with. And they are aware that your energy is slowly beginning to wake up to the fact that this isn't going to go anywhere. This isn't something that you want to continue putting effort into, because you realize their effort only extends to a certain point and then they leave. Like, you're becoming aware of that. You're seeing it. Okay, your issues or obstacles that are impacting this relationship. 6 of Wands and the 9 of Swords. That's a very interesting combination of cards. What are your issues or obstacles? Okay, well, 6 of Wands is a great card, guys. It means victory and success, good news, being recognized. It's a great card. Wonderful card. But what's on top of it here? Or what, we can switch it. What's underneath it, right? What's the card that's influencing it? 9 of Swords. Anxiety, grief, depression, stress, hopelessness, nightmares, being in our head. This is literally your inability to accept that you are capable of having something that's healthy, that you're deserving of having something that's healthy, thinking that you ask for too much when you're really not even asking for much at all. You're selling yourself short. You're settling. You're settling for something that feels familiar because, again, there are other relationships where you were taught that, and here's the thing, you might have had a connection with a former romantic connection or with a parent, even a friendship even, that was worse than this one. Okay? Again, because I'm reading for a very specific group of you, so this is coming through. But here's the thing. Let's say you had a wreck 5 years ago, and in that wreck, you broke your back and you had to relearn how to walk, right? And then this year, you had a wreck, and you totaled your car, broke your arm, and shattered your knee. Still a really bad traumatic experience, right? Even though, yes, in comparison to the first wreck, it's not as bad. It's still not a great thing to be going through. You have to allow yourself to believe that you can manifest something good and healthy and nurturing and caring, supportive. A place where you can trust the person's honest. The amount of work and effort that you put into the relationship is matched by them. You have to allow yourself to believe that instead of having this be your mindset, that things hurt, that things are stressful, that, the fighting and arguing and being mistreated is just part of being in a relationship. Because that's not true. That's not true. What are their issues getting in the way? Six of Cups reversed with the Page of Cups upright. This Page of Cups is the first thing that jumps out at me. This feels like someone who they are really only engaged in the newness of a relationship. So when it's new and there's all of that, like, I get to present myself in the best way possible. I get to, I have control over how I'm perceived because I'm not known. I'm not my past, right? The Six of Cups here reversed is about their past, being very rooted in their past, unable to break away from it, unable to change. Okay? But they feel like in the beginning of a relationship, things are great because the person doesn't know anything. They haven't slipped up. The mask hasn't fallen off. They haven't had a blow up for no reason. They haven't, shown any of that stuff. And so in the newness of relationships, this is why they do this, right? That's why they move away after a certain amount of time. Because, again, keep in mind, they don't want to admit anything about themselves. They don't want to face who they are. They don't want to face their demons. They don't want to face the stuff they have to do. They don't want to deal with their trauma. They're not interested in that. But in the newness of a relationship, when the person, who they've seen, is like, they will always see the best in me no matter what. That's not necessarily true. They learn that, right? There's a limit to how far they can do the trickery. But in the beginning, when it's like, oh, I can show them this, and oh, look at how they're responding to me, and they love me so much, and they're so impressed, and they think I'm the most amazing thing in the world, they're hooked on that. Because that's where they get to feel like they're okay. They get to feel like they're great. They get to feel like they're important. In the beginning, before it starts to become complicated for them to try to be who they really are, and then try to explain it or justify it or make the person be okay with it and accept it. But what's interesting is that as soon as your perception of them shifted and you were like, wait, maybe they're not as great as I thought they were. Maybe they're not as great as I thought they were. That's when they were like, okay, it's time for me to go. I'll keep trying to see if I can get them to see me the same way because I really liked it when they saw me as being perfect. But if they're going to continue to see me as being not perfect, I don't want to feel that way, so I'm going to go. I'm going to leave. That's the thing that gets in their way of being able to connect to anyone, not just specifically this connection, but with anyone. All right. Last group of cards here, guys. This is the most likely outcome of this connection, where it's going. Okay, we have the Star card, and we have the King of Cups reversed. So let's talk about the Star card. It's upright here, right? This feels like a place where, the future of this relationship is, I'm sorry to say this, but it feels like you're going to continue to, for at least a little while, try to rationalize this. The Star card upright is about holding out hope, believing in miracles, having faith even when things seem tough. And then you have this King of Cups sitting here reversed, which is about, emotional manipulation, things that are not like fair or just in terms of how we treat people. It's a very cold, sort of like abusive energy. Why? Why are you... I say that, but I want you to know I do understand. I really do understand because, like I said, I've been in this. I remember years ago when I was like listening to people and doing my own readings and anything that went against what I ultimately wanted, anything that went against what I hoped would happen, I would listen to it, but then I would be like, no, I just know this is going to be something that's going to work out. And it didn't. All right, I'm going to pull top card and bottom card here for my Oracle deck. And then I have another Oracle deck I'm going to do the same thing with it. I'm just going to shuffle a little bit. Now, this black oracle deck that I'm shuffling, this one, I'm not going to tell you anything about this card other than the card itself. So I'll show it to you. It'll have a design, and it will either have like a word, maybe 2 words on it. I just want to do this as giving a little bit of additional insight for you into the oracle cards that have come out, okay? So first oracle card for you. I always trust the direction of the universe and know I'm being guided. Why did you click on this video? Why did you decide to watch this extended reading? It's the universe trying to communicate to you through me. Trust it. Card to give you a little bit more insight here. Make sure you can see it here. Just focus in on the symbolism, the words. Again, it's your guides, your spirits that are around you, your ancestors, your higher self, the universe, however, whatever you want this message to come from. This is trying to give you additional clarity about trusting the direction of the universe and know that you're being guided. Second card. I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are natural. Now, listen. This can go either way. I'm picking up on 2 different groups of you. Some of you are going to hear this and say, see, miracles are natural. This can work out. This can go the way that I want it to. Okay? I want you to focus on this. I am love. If you are love, if you are the embodiment of love, then you don't need love from anyone else. You are love. You have all of it inside of you. Now, you can choose to love another person. You can choose to care about another person, but you don't need love because you are love. Miracles are natural. You can find a way of breaking out of these patterns. You can manifest a partner who's an ideal match for you. Card coming out. Wow. Ancestors. I love this card. I love the illustration of this. I'm going to just say one little thing about this. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about this, but this came through, so I'm going to say it. Some of you really need to look at the dynamic of your relationship with a parent or the relationship your parents had. You could be stuck in a generational sort of trauma around relationships. You need to investigate that, okay? If you watch this video, thank you. Number one, thank you because you're really impacting me, my life, my personal life, my stability in my own life, and I appreciate it. So I just want to say a very heartfelt, grateful thank you. But also, thank you for being willing to explore this more deeply. Thank you for not being scared to click on it. Thank you for listening to it. Thank you for embracing it. Thank you for taking the steps that you need to take to begin to break out of the cycle that you're in, of being in a place of starting to accept and acknowledge your self-worth, the things that you deserve. It's a good place to be, and I'm proud of you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I will be back in a couple of weeks with more readings. There are other extended readings, so you can, if you want to tune into the other person, if you want to check in on a friend, you have access to all of them in terms of the extended reading, so you can go and watch other signs and have access to the extended reading for that sign as well. And I'm looking forward to getting to know you. I have some things planned in January to try to build this community, let you guys meet each other, interact. I think that there are some powerful connections that might happen within this community. Some of you might actually meet people who become friends or even potential love interests from this community. That's what I've been told, which is part of the reason why I'm doing this. So I'm really excited to get to know you, and you will be getting to know me a little bit better as well.